Hello, and you're very welcome to lesson 3 in your virtual DJ learning course. So to begin, we'll just have a quick recap on what we learned in lesson 2. So lesson 2 was all about mixing songs. So we learned that when mixing songs, there's two very important things you need to know. The first thing is about the BPM. So when you're mixing two songs together, you want to make sure that the BPM, or beats per minute, of one song matches that of the second song, or else it has to be very close. Other than that, you won't have a very good mix. So then, to combat this, when you have one song, okay, we'll just pretend we have one song on deck 1. Once you have your second song over here, you can use the sync button here, just to sync up the BPM of both songs. This way, this will give you a good mix. So then the second part for making a good mix was the transition between both songs. So what we said was, you set a loop on one song. Okay, so again, let's just pretend we have a song here on deck 1. So you set a loop on one song, like so, and then you play your loop. And then as your loop is playing, you want to play the second song over here. Now remember, because our crossfader is on this side, you're not actually going to hear this song. So when your loop is playing and you're playing this song, you slowly want to drag your crossfader over until your second song is fully playing to the point where you want it to play. And that's how you make a successful mix. Now to begin with lesson 3, we're going to learn how to record our mix. Okay, so if you come down here where you see the browser tab, this is where usually we have our songs. If you come over to the right, to the very last tab, you see record. So we click that and we're presented with this screen. So firstly, on the left you have a couple of options. You can just record the audio that Virtual DJ produces. You can burn it to a CD, broadcast it to a website, or actually record a video of what you're doing. So for this lesson, we're just going to record our audio, just so we have a nice MP3 track to show off. Okay, so before you hit start recording, we're going to go to config and make sure all our settings are okay. So we'll click on that and we're presented with this screen. Okay, so firstly, this is your file. So this is where your file is going to be saved to and what you're going to name the file. So I already have mine set up, but just to show you, I'm going to put a different name on my file. So this is the folder where I want to save my file. So I'm just going to call mine mix number 1, like so, and then I'm going to click save. Now you want to be careful when you finish this recording. If you start another one, it's going to overwrite your first one. So each time you start a new recording, you'll have to come in here and give that recording a separate name. So then the second part, if you see down here, you have two options. You can actually produce a WAV file or an MP3. So I prefer to use the MP3 because it usually comes out in a better quality. So with these settings here, you don't have to touch anything. Once you download the Virtual DJ program, it should have these settings already set into your recorder. Okay, so now we're ready to record. So there's one really important thing you have to remember. Once you hit start recording, that's going to start your track. So before you do so, you want to actually set up your songs ready to go. Like you can see here, I have nothing ready to record. So I'm going to go back into the browser tab, like so. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to get some songs ready to record. So click my Virtual DJ folder, and I want to use a song called Barbra Streisand. So I'll click in the search bar like we did before, start typing, and there it is. So I'll click, drag that up to here. Okay, and the second song I want to use is a song called Stereo Love. So again, I'm going to start typing in here, and again you can see it comes up here. So just click and drag it up onto the second deck. So I'll just record it, just a quick mix, just so you can see how it works. Okay, so I just want to fast forward my song a bit to about there, and I'm going to bring my crossfader over to here. So Barbra Streisand is the first song we're going to hear. So I just want to fast forward that a small bit, just to about there, and we're ready to go. So now when you have all your songs set up, this is when you click record. Okay, so we'll just give this a quick go, just see what it sounds like. Then when you're finished, you want to click stop straight away. So that wasn't a very good mix, as you can see. my BPM for both songs is not the same, but it is pretty close. So if you're wondering, that's why I didn't use the sync button, because they are pretty close. You don't need to use it all of the time. So now we have our mix recorded. So I'm just going to flick into my folder where I saved it, and there you can see we have mix 1. Okay, so we'll just give this a quick listen, see if it came out right. And there you can see our mix came out perfectly well. Okay, so that's how you record a song. So again, just remember, if you want to start a new mix, you have to go into config and give it a new name up here. Okay, so that brings an end to lesson 3, recording a mix. So now just go on and complete the quiz for lesson 3 and see if you can do it successfully.